There are 296 US N64 games. I'm trying to get every single one of them. Now I only have 2 games left. Clay Fighter and Super Bowling. They're gonna cost me $1,600. Now I'm trying to do this responsibly. I'm going through my collection and trying to get rid of games I just don't need anymore. I've been selling the games online, I've been selling some of the games at a booth at an antique mall, and I even sold some stuff at a swap meet. It's been really interesting documenting the whole journey, and I've learned so much about just selling stuff. Now my current total is $589, and that should be just about enough to get me a copy of Super Bowling. Now a lot of nice folks had hit me up and told me that they had spotted a copy of Super Bowling wherever they lived. I was mainly looking for a store in New Jersey, New York, or maybe New England, but that's why I had to follow up on a hot tip about a store on Long Island.
Riding the thunder, the road never ends. Boxes and cartridges, ghosts of old friends. Years in the fire, I'm forged by the trip. Bleeding the hunt, it's the flip and dip. 2 workings left, hear the demons cry. I tear through the shadows, I won't be denied. Flip and dip with the face and the scream. 2 more to conquer, I'll chase the dream. Darkness surrounds me, the world's set in black. One final mission, no turning back. That lightning it strikes, I'm tied in the grip. Glory will rise from the flip and dip.
Today we're pulling up to Retro Island Gaming. This has been a store that just opened up about a year ago. I've been meaning to go here for a while, so let's check it out. Your store is stacked, absolutely stacked with inventory. This is like, I think about this all the time. It's like stores live and die on like inventory and selection and like pricing, all that other stuff, you know, community. But like you guys have so many games. It's like wall to wall to wall. So many, like I couldn't stop finding good things. I meant to come in to get 1 game, but I'm gonna like get like 2 stacks of like a ridiculous amount of stuff. So you guys just got an enormous trade in. How many units did you get from that, or like how big of a trade was it?
Yeah, so over 2,000 games.
That's insane.
Really good stuff. Yeah, so this is just the beginning. This is some GameCube stuff that's tested, ready to be cleaned. Yeah, a lot of really good stuff, a lot of black label, basically everything CIB. Got like a ton of controllers. Oh, this is cool. We just recapped this actually.
Oh, sick. That's
Turbo
awesome.
Express. So that's almost ready to go out. This is the mountain.
This is insane. So like, this is how it came, or what's the deal? Where's this person located so that this is the way it came?
Yeah, so I think he had a lot of this stuff in storage. And we went over to his place. We went through the entire collection. We inspected it and boxed it all up, and we did a lot like helping him like figure out what everything is, what's the good stuff. And yeah, we are drowning in a mountain, so we have to really figure out what we're gonna do. There's a lot of just like really nice games scattered in there. Armored Core, Sherlock Holmes is low-key a nice one.
Nice. Looks like you got a lot of really good bread and butter type games.
The $300 titles are great, but like people want to buy the $15 games, you know?
Yeah, those are the ones that'll come in and out of your store all day. So this is like probably the biggest single transaction you've ever had, right?
Definitely.
Nice. And
Yeah.
like what led to it? Why? I mean, clearly you have a store, you can handle the inventory, but how long did this take you from this guy saying, "Hey, I'd like to sell my collection," to these all being here?
Pretty quick. He had a PS2 collection that we bought like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So we did that just as like a test run, like do we work well together, that kind of thing. You know, the biggest games on PS2, Kuon, Rule of Rose, all of the Silent Hills.
I saw that. Do you still have the Kuon, or
Kuon's gone. Rule of Rose is gone. We have all the Silent Hills. So yeah, we basically, with the PS2 stuff, we did same day. We were there. We went to him. And we bought it all out. I think just a philosophical shift we've gone through in the last like couple months is like, we want to pay really well for the good stuff, you know? So like Kuon, I think we spent like 65% cash on. Yeah, nice. Which is pretty high for that big of an item.
Yeah. It's also extremely rare to find, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, you know, some people may be like, oh, 65%, that's pretty low. But like when you're taking a bunch of stuff, like 65% is like a good offer from like a retail store, you know?
Yeah. Oh, well, you guys got to eat too. And there's the other part of it, like, at least from him, he might have a hard time selling it as just an individual. You know, he has to either sell it on eBay, where that's a 10% cut, or he's got to sell it like at a swap meet, or, you know, just find like Facebook Marketplace. That's, you know, basically the Wild West. So,
Right.
no, I think that's a very decent offer.
Yeah, so we're just trying to be really aggressive with like getting good stuff in, like especially on the trade front. Like we're doing like 80% now on like some items for trade credit. So like, you know, we know it's hard to get like used inventory that's actually desirable. Like it's easy to get 10 Wii Fits or, you know, 20 Wii Plays
Yeah.
or Connect Adventures. But, you know, it doesn't really matter having those extra 10 copies compared to, you know, getting Pokemon Emerald or, you know, even like a Wii Sports Resort. So like, yeah, this is a testament to that.
Enough of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
Where can the people find you?
Yeah, so you can check out our website, retroislandny.com. We offer repairs and mods now. Recaps, USB-C mods on DSIs, lots of cool stuff there. Or if you're close to New York, yeah, we're at Islip Terrace in basically central Long Island. So stop on by, say hi, and we'd love to see you.
Now, as you can kind of tell in the interview, all the folks that worked here are really nice. And I've got a lot of good things to say about this place. Not just because I picked up some big games here, but also because I really liked what they were doing with their store. Now, right off the bat, their pricing was very interesting. All of their tags were color coordinated to indicate whether they were new, used, they were missing a manual, if they were in pristine condition, whether or not they were in okay condition, and they were priced accordingly based on that. I'm picking this up because it's backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X. Even though their Genesis titles don't move too fast, I gotta say they had quite a few Sega games that I was definitely tempted by. They also had so many imports as well. My kid really likes Crayon Shin-Chan, so I thought about getting the Super Famicom games, but I was fairly certain that there'd be so much text in these games. They had so many PS2 horror games here too that Obscure in particular was kind of rare. They do a good job of refurbishing and cleaning things, and it's really nice to see somebody in the back just doing this nonstop. I owned a Gamecom when I was a kid. Even though it's terrible, I might get one day. The weird thing about the Gamecom is they had a bunch of really big licenses on this console, but they all ran horribly. It was just all black and white, and it ran at a snail's pace. And by gosh, do I love Dreamcast. This is a really weird accessory that I've never seen. It's for the Game Boy Advance and it's like a steering wheel you put on top of it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work through like motion sensing or anything like that. It's still very neat. And I also always commend a video game store when they have like Switch 2 games, mainly because Switch 2 games are so expensive right now and there's not a lot of margins there for them. I run into a lot of Pokemon VHS and I don't think I've seen many of these Johto League Champions ones. By the way, they had an incredible selection of Pokemon cards, and during like the 2 hours I was there filming, probably 80% of their customers were coming in just ripping packs. It was wild. Another thing I loved in their store was this clearance section. It had a bunch of like scratch and dent stuff that was sold at a much cheaper price, and on Mondays they actually had a bigger 20% discount on top of that. Now the store was great, but you didn't come to this video just to see a store. You came here because I'm collecting N64 games. It's been a journey, and it's gotten more and more expensive as I've gotten closer and closer to the end. Now you might not know this, but this is the first set I ever tried to complete fully. I got my first N64 in the early 2000s. I bought it from a neighbor for like 20 bucks. I started by buying a bunch of games I just wanted to play, but about 6 years ago I decided, hey, you know what, I want to get a complete N64 set. I paused around the 100 mark, but once I got my complete Wii U set, I said, you know what, I'm going to go back to N64 and I'm going to complete that set. Now I'm only 2 video games away, and I'm super glad that I found this store. Now, full disclosure, the guy who owns the store reached out to me and said, hey, we've had a Super Bowling sitting around here for a year. The range of retail on this game is anywhere between $500 and about $800. Whenever you're buying a game and it has this high of a value, you should always open it up and check the board. If a retail store won't open up a game this expensive and show you the board, that's a red flag. To be honest, I kind of trusted these guys from the get-go, but it had been irresponsible for me to not at least check out the board. There's a lot of subreddits that'll help you check these things out, but there's also a lot of images online of what these are supposed to look like. I can't say with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure this is real. He also booted it up and it played just fine. Please excuse the full screen. They also gave me a generous offer on trade-ins, and a lot of these games I got below retail. There are many instances where I wouldn't trade things in, but for the sake of this, I definitely did. If you want to know how much I spent, I'll tell you in a minute, but first let's go through all of the other stuff I got at the store. Now first things first, I got Chicken Little. This has something to do with the next collection I'm going to get, but it's oddly specific and I'll let you know when I get there. Now, in addition to a complete US N64 set, I've been subtly collecting other games that are Japanese games that are exclusive to Japan. So these are all exclusive Japanese games that I just don't have yet, and some of them I don't think I've ever heard of, so I'm pretty excited to get these as well. I got quite a few things from the clearance table, including Crayon Shin-Chan, and I also picked up this copy of Kirby's Dream Land 3. I wasn't too sure what this was, but it had like a gum container and it had Peach Boy on it, which I thought was neat. And that's what this basically was, a rough Game Boy game in a gum container. Another thing I'm going for is a complete Nintendo Power set. I just love Nintendo Power. I'm very nostalgic about it because I grew up with it, but it's also just a really neat written exploration of Nintendo's history as well. These were in rough condition, but they went for about $5 a piece, so I picked up a whole bunch of them. I'm really glad to fill out this collection as well. I'm not too worried about condition, I just don't want it all ripped up. After all of my trade-ins, which were extensive, I ended up spending $100 on Super Bowling, and that takes me only one game away from a complete US N64 set. I want to start off by saying if you've been following me this far, thank you so much for watching all these videos about N64. Now, I got my second to last N64 game in this last video, and I'm going for that last one. It's going to be a big one, it's going to be Sculptor's Cut, and I'm throwing this out there. It might take me a long time to find it, but hopefully I'll find it this weekend. I'm going to the Retro World Expo, and there's going to be a whole bunch of video game vendors. There's going to be a whole bunch of other things too, like wrestling and stuff. So I will hopefully find it there at the Retro World Expo. Now, if you're there, say hello to me. If you're a vendor there and you will have Sculptor's Cut, feel free to slide in my DMs, but hopefully I can find it out there. I'm throwing this out there as well. I'm not trying to pay a crazy amount just because I'm at an expo. So if I find it, but it's like, $2,000, I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm gonna try to pick it up at around retail, and hopefully I get it done this weekend. So here's to hoping. And if you're at the Retro World Expo again, say hello to me. And if you're not at the Retro World Expo, you should consider going. It's a lot of fun. It's like a normal video game convention where you can get a bunch of video games and stuff, but there's a whole bunch of other things going on, like free play and arcades, and just a whole bunch of cool people saying hello to each other. So yeah, hope to see you there.